Your boys, I'm back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over and ranking our top 10 non-gambling point guards in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. And I know what you guys are initially thinking, well, Ty, I want a video talking about, 100 overall MJ. Oh, I want a video talking about the Galaxy Open Cade Cunningham SJ. Here's what I'd say. If you're struggling of who do you like more, Ty, Cade Cunningham or SGA? Funny. What a miserable life. What a miserable lineup you have to make, isn't it? Like, I honestly, I do not care. If you're watching this video, struggling on who to play between Cade Cunningham and SGA, I do not care. Figure it out. You've got two great Galaxy Opens. Figure it out. I want to help the guys that don't have those top, gambling cards, the 100 overall MJs of the world, and help them build their point guard. So we're going to start off at number 10. I will say my number 10 is pretty weak. And I like my number 10, but I think in the grand scheme or the overall bigger scheme, John Starks is pretty weak. Defensively, he's good. Can dunk the ball well. Obviously, release is solid. But the fact that he's a top 10 point guard is kind of crazy. And again, I like John Starks. He does a lot for me on the court. But when I'm looking at the greater picture, I don't know how high I really should be on John Starks. He does knock down shots, play good defense. He has decent height. But it's like he's a diamond. And at this stage, I feel like there should be better cards than John Starks. But on the flip side of it, 6'5". Good three ball, good speed, decent enough movement. Like, he's solid. Pro dribble style is kind of troll, but he has the pro two leaner. John Starks is very solid. And if you have him, or you know what, if when he does get released in the player market, might be a decent guy for you guys to target. At my number 9, we're plugging in Pink Diamond Alex Caruso. Now, when Caruso came out, I knew the card would be good. Why? It's because he's good in play now. If a card's good in play now, Alex Caruso is and has been because of his defensive prowess. His release, I do know it's a little bit on the slower side. It's just a little baited. It's not bad. It is a little baited, though. But he's going to play fantastic defense. Going to knock down shots. Movement-wise for Caruso is really solid as well. There's just no downsides. Again, 6'5", defensively going to be one of the best defensive players in the entire game. I know his release is on quick, which I wish it was on very quick. Normal leaner MJ dribble style. But Caruso can get the job done. To me, him and John Starks are very similar. I just think Caruso is just that slightly better option. Coming in at my number 9. At my number 8, we're plugging in Danny. Danny 6'9", can get him in domination, and is a card that obviously is a very, very good and just deep point guard in my team. You upgrade the speed, upgrade the interior perimeter three ball. You get that speed to a 90, interior perimeter to mid-90s, three ball to a mid-90s, decent enough release, normal leaner. He's the type of guy, fits the switch on meta. Do you want him guarding a primary ball handler? Probably not. I'd put him on your opposing small forward, but he's going to be good in switch situations, can guard 1 through 5, can obviously offensively knock down shots, and just as an overall point guard is really solid. Height runs the game. It has for a while. It still does to this day. And Danny being 6'9", can play at an extremely high level. Coming in at my number 7, Pink Diamond Dyson Daniels. Dyson Daniels, got him on the No Money Spent Squad series the other day. And I'm not looking back. I got him out of a free deluxe spec. 105,000 MT still is quite a lot for Dyson Daniels. But here's what you're getting. Defensively, off the charts good. No immovable enforcer, does hurt his value a little bit. But again, Dyson's the type of guy, you upgrade the three ball, you upgrade the interior. What can Dyson Daniels not do on the court? Release on a quick, normal leaner MJ dribble style. There's just so much Dyson Daniels gives you on the court. It starts with his 6'7" height, his ability to play defense, and watch my No Money Spent Squad series if you want to see what Dyson Daniels gets into. But that's where it all starts with the card. Is he my primary bundler? No, but he is a spot-up guy and does knock down shots at a really high level. Can't get limitless range. I really wouldn't worry a ton about it. Dyson Daniels, a very complete point guard right now in my team. At my number 6, Sidney Moncrief, our first Galaxy Opal here today. Only 6'4" with a 6'6" wingspan, and I know what you guys are thinking, Ty, is he really better than even like an Alex Caruso? And I think the debate can be had. One thing Sidney Moncrief is going to do better than a guy like Alex Caruso or John Starks is just going to be able to create more offensively. Malachi Flynn based on quick Pro 2 leaner, Kyrie dribble style. I just think he gives you that little bit more on that offensive end of the court, where those other guys obviously might be slightly better defenders because they are a little bit taller. But for a token reward, Sidney Moncrief was fine. Like last season or the season before, we're almost at the end of this season, so I can't even really talk about last season. But season before, we really didn't see anybody in the in the token market that was halfway decent. This year we have, like, Sidney Moncrief is really good, is a card that can play at a really high level, and definitely, especially if you got him early on this season, is a card that I personally ran and picked up. Pink Diamond Oscar coming in at my number 5. 95 3 ball, 95 speed, 94 lateral quickness. It's crazy, I feel like, how quickly we went from Oscar. Because I feel like Oscar was in the last drop, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Was he in the last drop before we started this gambling simulator? Like, was he or was he not? I don't know. I'm gonna look at it. Basically, was he? Was in the second to last drop. Wait, no, I'm mistaken. He was in the second to last drop, because Lunar New Year did come after it until we started this gambling simulator. But it's crazy. Like, Oscar went from that, right? We had it decent. Oscar was really good for his time, and even we got a decent point guard after him. But he was really the start of it. And Oscar, based on normal timing, just fine. Normal leaner, just fine. Pro dribble style, just fine. 95 3 ball, 95 speed. Getting good lateral quickness. This decent interior perimeter. As far as an overall card, very, very, very good. Is a little expensive. 161,000 MT. Like, if you are just still sitting on Oscar, I would probably sell him. I just don't see the benefits to obviously having Oscar at this stage. Again, there are some better point guards that at least one auctionable one I do see in the game. And then there's one that everybody should have if they are invested in my team. Coming in at my number 4, this is the one I prefer over Oscar, is Devin Booker. I mean, he's cheaper than Oscar and, in my opinion, better than Oscar. D-Book based on quick, D-Book leaner, D-Book dribble style. I think Devin Booker, when you're not talking about grind cards, when you're not, he's your best player market point guard. That's what I'm trying to say here. Devin Booker is your best card that today you can load up and guarantee yourself on your squad is Devin Booker. So, I mean, a lot of people that are asking for lineup suggestions, if you want a lineup suggestion at the point guard position, it's Devin Booker. It's that simple. If you're wanting to spend on a point guard, get Devin Booker. Defensively, obviously not great. Release-wise, again, fantastic. Movement-wise, fantastic. I think the pros definitely outweigh the cons with Devin Booker. 6'5", 6'6" wingspan. And just can do it all at the highest level. Some people would argue D-Book over, maybe even in this top spot. But for me, I do like some cards a little bit more. At my number 3, Galaxy Opal Lonzo, and I know you guys are thinking, well, Ty, he's a gambling card. Well, Ty, he's a Galaxy Opal. Well, here's the difference. Lonzo, you could go and buy for $20 the other day. So, I mean, you could literally have him if you spend $20 in the game, which is a lot of money. I'm not trying to discredit that, but you could have guaranteed yourself Lonzo Ball. So, it's not like he is just all behind gambling. At this stage, you could have Lonzo if you wanted. Lonzo Ball on very quick, Pro 2 leaner, D-Book dribble style. The difference between him and Devin Booker's release is better, Lonzo Ball's defense is better. That's really the big difference between the two cards. D-Book's going to give you way more offense. Lonzo's going to give you way more defense. It's a preference thing. For me personally, I didn't buy Lonzo Ball because my top 2 cards on this top 10 are still to come, but Lonzo Ball is a guy that if you are trying to start your team and give you just a little jump start, a guy that can compete at the highest level. Coming in at my number 2, James Harden. Doesn't matter which James Harden you're running, whether it's the season pass one, whether it is the free one. It really doesn't matter. The cards are literally identical. And I know people are like, well, Ty, one has one on quick, one has one on very quick. It really doesn't matter. James Harden is still going to have a very good release no matter what. The thing for me with James Harden is this. His 3 ball is maxed. His speed is maxed. You give him interior, perimeter, steal, block, maybe driving dunk if you want to boost his stats a little bit. What else can you possibly want out of James Harden? The card is so good. It just comes down to his dribble style. The MJ dribble style is elite. James Harden based on very quick has that snatch back as well. Like, James Harden just does so much for you guys on the court. He was in my 1 spot for a long time. There is a guy that I do have above him at this stage, but if you want to put James Harden as your number 1 point guard in the entire game, I'm fine with it. I'm not going to sit here and argue against it. My number 1 right now, Galaxy Opal Austin Reeves. Now, again, whether you want Austin Reeves, whether you want James Harden, it totally is preference based. For me, the cards are so similar. One real difference to me is they're leaner. I do like Austin Reeves leaner over James Harden's leaner. Also, when I'm looking at it, D-Book dribble style compared to MJ dribble style, both are good. D-Book just has that push cross that MJ doesn't. I just think I've had more success using Austin Reeves. It's kind of the same thing. You give Austin Reeves a dunking shoe, a speed shoe, an interior perimeter steal shoe, card is going to be absolutely fantastic. And the fact that you could get AR and James Harden both for free, I think is impressive. Because look, everything else is behind gambling. Again, if you're talking about Cade Cunningham, SGA, they'd be obviously at the top of this list. But we're not talking about them. We're talking about the non-gambling point guards in my team, and here's my top 10. That's going to wrap it up, guys. Let me know your thoughts on it down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. As always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.